Tour of Portland Art Gallery. I'm excited. I bet we're gonna see some very good work. Which one? You said skip 40 seconds. Oh my god. It's beautiful. I'm starting to tear. Oh. Wow. This is incredible. I need to pay a visit to this. It really makes you feel like a dumb asshole.
In this piece, I play the student. You know,
oh, this is a performance piece.
I play this kind of strange version of
interesting.
An anthropologist. I play this kind of strange version of the bad student.
Is this part of the exhibit, or did someone leave their toy here, like a kid? I can't tell. That's the beauty of art galleries. You never know what's art and what's just a happy little accident. I'll give you 50 grand for this.
It's a journey through like a very specific part of Norway.
This is
very specific parts of their cultural history.
Wow. Really just take a moment to let that one sink in. That looks so good. Actually looks like something I would draw up in 30 seconds. Like if I was trying to quickly get across an idea and I like doodled something, that's exactly what it would look like. Maybe a little better.
How we've arrived where we are and...
Oh, this is part of the exhibit. Okay, that answered that. Okay. Nice. No, that was good. I am curious. Let me see someone who defends Jackson Pollock. That's my go-to. I think this is what most people go to. Let's see how you defend it. Oh, I already hate the way this... I already fucking hate the title. How to understand a Jackson Pollock painting, as if you're too fucking stupid to get it. Oh my god. It's just, they literally just don't have the ability to not be pretentious douchebags. Good lord. Yeah.
To make this work, Pollock placed the canvas on
I know exactly how he made it work.
Spattered and dripped the paint, making a painting which is about the substance of paint itself, the fact that paint is liquid. And when we see paint on canvas, normally that's hidden. You know, paint is made to resemble something else, whether it's a sky or a field or flesh. But what Pollock does is just present us with paint as paint. He was the first person to do this.
You know what else presents paint as paint? The fucking can that the paint comes in. That's actually kind of smart. Has anyone done that? If you just take like paint cans? Like if I put paint cans on like a table at an art gallery, could I sell that? Or I'm sure that's been done. There's no way that hasn't been done. Am I an abstract artist? Oh my god, I might be a genius. Could I be the next Jackson Pollock? I just buy Michael's paint and just on the table. I'm not trying to fool you. This is paint. It's not supposed to resemble anything else. This is Crying Dolphin Blue. And it's right in front of you. 50 grand.
Many people have tried to copy Pollock. None of them have the energy, the spontaneity, and the sheer skill in handling paint that he has.
Oh, very skillful.
You read the painting as being different shades of grey, fairly restrained, but when you get
it's
close,
the work of a true master.
Jump out at you. And then on top, he's layering this riot of colours. Silver, cream, pink, grey.
Fuck, yeah, no, now that I really get up close, I can see the talent.
Sometimes the lines are quite thin and fine. At points, the paint pools.
Oh, whoa, look at... Jesus Christ, look at that! No doubt Jackson Pollock planned for that. Maybe this guy really was 10 levels above standard human intelligence, a transcendent being. Look at the way he's able to get the paint to subtly pool in here, blending multiple colors, challenging the very idea of how we perceive paint as paint. Is it even paint? Is it even liquid anymore? We have to start to question thanks to Pollock. He's posing a difficult question, an inquiry into the very deep recesses of our mind. And he's using paint as a medium to challenge us. It's him slapping the gauntlet on the table and saying, hey, buddy, let's fucking fight. And Pollock, I'm picking up the gauntlet. I'm ready to fight. I'm starting to see it now.
The paintings are all incredibly human in the sense they're scaled to the reach of Pollock's arm. So each of those lines is recording the gesture of his hand as...
look at these gestures. I can see it. I'm actually picturing it. I'm having like an actual, like fucking That's So Raven flashback to the past instead of the future. I'm seeing Jackson Pollock with each of these dripping a little paint, a little black there. I think I can deduce his height from this one. Approximately 5'4", maybe little baby arms. Definitely late 50s. Oh yeah, I can smell he's a drinker. Oh my god, the painting really tells you everything you need to know about the man behind it. Oh, I never stopped to really think about the gestures required for such precision. Like, it looks chaotic to the untrained layman's eye, the Philistines, but when you really take a step back, you can see the laborious nature of each and every splatter. Oh my god, it's finding beauty within the chaos.
So in a sense, Pollock, the artist, is present here with you as you're looking at the painting.
Yeah, I can feel the spirit of Jackson Pollock nodding as I appreciate his work. Of course, he wasn't allowed into heaven because he was too talented. He was a better painter than even God. God couldn't paint a masterpiece like this. So they turned him away at the gates of heaven, and hell couldn't accept him. So he's left in between worlds, in between dimensions, and he's just here with us now, as we appreciate his art 60 years later. In fact, I believe it's said in each of Jackson Pollock's work, a piece of his flesh is sewn into the canvas. His corpse travels with the pieces. He's going to live forever now. As a fucking joke. Thanks to the bits Arcfang. Jackson Pollock is Voldemort, and these are his Horcruxes. Yeah.
This painting is incredibly honest. Pollock isn't trying to fool us in any way.
I said
However,
that.
Our brains
Let's go!
can't resist.
I am Pollock! Now that it's been explained to me, now I truly do get it. Now I absolutely understand it.
Who thought that art should be gestural, expressive,
Oh
and
my
emotional.
fucking god!
Unconscious.
Oh, there's so... Oh my god. Imagine, like... So this is the villain, right? So Jackson Pollock, he starts this movement where you can just literally drop a little paint on a canvas and sell it for millions, whatever. Do little scribbles. Imagine, like, you have this final raid boss of, like, actual dog shit. And then the hero is someone that just takes a blank canvas and dumps some white paint on it. Like, there are no winners. It's just two different evils.
His arm, it's who he is as a person that's creating that canvas, that painting.
As opposed to someone who paints using their body as well, but actually paints something. It is still them as a person creating that art. They make this weird distinction. They look for any and all fucking absolutely asinine explanations for why anyone should care about Jackson Pollock's process.
Minimalist artists stripped art of the burden of being about something else. They presented art not as an imitation of reality, but as an object unto itself. Artist Frank Stella summed it up nicely when he said, "What you see is what you see." One of my
Like, whenever I think it can't get any fucking dumber, like we've reached the zenith of absolutely mind-boggling, pretentious douchebaggery, there's something like Frank fucking Stella. What you see is what you see. That is literally the meme of the floor is made of floor. And fucking dumbass Vox says that he sums it up nicely. Oh my god, he gets pats on the ass for saying nothing.
One of my favorite things about modern art is the rage that it seems to provoke in some people. Cue videos of men freaking out.
True, me.
I'm not gonna sit there, try to find a meaning.
You can use Vox. You can use my reaction in your next shitty follow-up.
I may not understand art, but I do understand the English language, and that's pretentious nonsense.
When you're looking at simply a square of white paint, you have to do a lot more work, but sometimes there maybe is something more rewarding in the end.
Another common reaction to modern...
No, there is not. Like, even if I somehow put multiple fingers up my ass, sniffing them to get the fumes up there to really, like, delusion myself, like, hugely enough to find any kind of meaning in this, there's no reward in it for me. I don't get anything for it. There's literally nothing at the end of that tunnel. The only reward is to the artist that put no effort into it and sold it for a lot of money to people that have been brainwashed to make them believe that it's worth that price. Like, there's nothing for it. Obviously, money laundering is a huge thing, but there are, like, I think she's an art student or something. I don't remember what they said. She is convinced by the lies of money launderers that this is somehow worth any amount of money.
So if looking at a white painting makes you feel angry, or excited, or soothed, those are all valid responses. But take a moment to think about why that was your response.
I think they're conflating wrong things here. I don't think anyone's mad that Jackson Pollock trickled little dribblings of paint across a canvas, or someone submitted a canvas they bought from Michaels as art. They're mad about the price that it sells for and the people that defend it. It's never really the piece itself. Like, we looked at Diana earlier, which was a potted plant that was store-bought and put on a shelf, and that was the art. I'm not mad about that. I think that's fucking great. I think that's a wonderful joke. But if I heard that sold for $100,000, that would be upsetting to me. Like, they're not grasping that concept, I don't think. I don't think there's anything anyone could ever say or any explanation for any of this that would ever actually change my mind on the interpretation of empty canvas work and splatter paintings. I just don't think there's any way to. No matter how you break it down, it is all trash. Make sure to check out the other Vox video about what the formula is for selling $1 million work of art.
In September of 2008, something unheard of happened in the art world. A British artist, Damien Hirst, took
Fuck me. Oh, I hate this guy. I can't stand this guy. But I also like that he scams people. I'm so divided on this guy. He scams really rich assholes, and I think that's great. But I also just don't like him at all. Oh, fuck.
123 pieces of his new work to Sotheby's auction house and sold every single piece.
I'll start the bidding here at £2,500,000. £2,500,000.
Yeah.
It was a 2-day event, and the total sale was about $200 million.
That's a lot of
It broke
polka
the
dots.
record, but in order to sell
I
$1
think it
million
sucks, Mercurius.
artwork,
That's the,
you need strong
433 of
market
silence,
value,
right?
And you need extremely high demand, and a ton of work goes into creating that. As Don Thompson describes in his book, the formula for art pricing goes something like this. The bigger the work, generally the more expensive it is. But the biggest variable is the reputation of the artist. Sometimes
that's
you're
all
world
that
famous
matters.
and
Literally
sometimes
all
you're
that
not.
matters. What? Thanks to Resub Lunabat. I will pursue an art career under a pseudonym, and you'll never fucking know. You will never know. You're gonna question every goddamn shitty art piece, wondering, was that Charlie behind it? The most hated artist you probably recognize.
These paintings make my corneas hurt. I'm ashamed that this
Damien
artist
Hirst.
lived in my former hometown. The George
This is
W.
Damien Hirst.
Bush of art. Worthless. They make me want to puke. They are false works. They are awful. The worst paintings I've ever seen, and they will haunt me for the next half an hour. Those are all real quotes from comments, reviews, and articles concerning one artist and his work. Gee, these paintings must be pretty bad then,
It's Damien Hirst,
what
isn't
are they,
it?
pictures of babies eating each other alive? The scatological scribbles of a lunatic? No. These are the kinds of paintings those quotes are referring to. Now, if you're like me, you might be a bit confused. Why,
actually, yeah.
These are works
Artists
by
suck.
the late artist Thomas Kinkade.
God damn it.
You could make a very good case that Thomas Kinkade was the most successful artist in the 21st century so far. His works can be seen on mugs, t-shirts, calendars, and probably somewhere in your grandmother's living room. Thomas Kinkade's own company claims his work can be seen in 1 out of every 20 American homes. And at the height of his career, his company generated $130 million in sales in 1 year.
Not
I can totally
bad.
see. I hate Thomas Kinkade with every fiber of my being. Our long
Channel that
national
energy to
nightmare
someone
is
that
over.
deserves it,
There's
like
nothing
Damien
wrong
Hirst.
with liking Kinkade's paintings, but, in my opinion, there is something wrong with people that like his paintings. Yeah, that's basically the same thing. What could have possibly prompted such venom
There's a
from
tier
a
1
few
wishing
cottage
will.
paintings? What you'll find is that the reason for this hatred may have less to do with the art itself and more to do with matters of taste, the art world, and even as you saw in the last comment, politics. Today we'll learn about the many reasons to hate.
Well, this sounds
Thomas
interesting.
Kinkade.
I don't know why more people don't hate people like Damien Hirst and Jackson Pollock. Their work is the most awful dog shit ever.
Before his business adventures, Kincaid worked in background painting for an animated film.
As far as the actual technique goes, for the most part we use a simple technical procedure. We just start out with a big wide brush and lay the thing in. Very scrubby at first, and then as we went, we'd gradually tighten the strokes.
Painting always impresses me, because it's so fucking hard.
And it worked. There are people who were
it
and
looks
are passionate
fine.
about these paintings. Clearly, many are willing to pay for reproductions, and many collect them religiously. The people who buy them are glad to have them. They find comfort in them. It is estimated his business brought in $100 million in revenue annually.
Art is always subjective. Yeah, until it comes to Damien Hirst or Jackson Pollock, then it is objectively dog shit.
You'll find a lot of negative reviews that use the word kitsch. This word appears everywhere. Kitsch, kitsch, king of kitsch. But what is kitsch? My first vague understanding of the word was something that's popular but also poor quality. The Oxford Art Dictionary attempts to define it as objects or design considered to be in poor taste because of excessive garishness or sentimentality, but that might be too narrow. According to cultural critic and philosopher Walter Benjamin, kitsch is, unlike art, a utilitarian object lacking all critical distance between object and observer.
God, these people are so fucking pretentious, it hurts. It hurts.
Effort.
Pretty much any art that looks like it takes talent, people don't like in the art industry. I guarantee you Damien Hirst, Jackson Pollock, all of like your most famous artists, like more modern artists, I guess Jackson Pollock doesn't fit into that. I guarantee they couldn't draw a single person's face. They couldn't paint a single thing that looks like anything. It's just abstract dog shit that even a child could make. Yeah, I remember Bob Ross was shit upon by most like fart-sniffing artists back in the day. I do remember that. Again, anything that looks like it has any form or shape to it, or anything that looks like it took time and effort, is very frowned upon in the community.
Thomas Kincaid has been.
He looks like such a wholesome guy.
Norman Rockwell, mainly because of his appeal to American values and usually cheerful scenes. Some have even put both their work into the same dreaded category of kitsch. But I think a more fitting comparison is Bob Ross.
Ah, boy wonder.
Now, I love Bob Ross. I mean, who doesn't? But
yeah,
I
how could you
really
not?
call his work challenging. In fact, one can make the case that it is kitsch. No, the significance of Bob Ross is not really his art, but the hundreds of PBS videos he made painting that art. Bob Ross was...
I've had a really cool idea for a while. Someone in the chat just reminded me of this. I thought it would be a really interesting idea if I did like some dog shitty Damien Hirst, Jackson Pollock style art under a pseudonym, and then just had like a really wealthy person I know buy it for an absurd amount, and I just give the money back, obviously, but making headlines just to get that name out there and see if I could get some real, genuine, stupid, rich assholes to buy my work. So I was wondering, it's something I've been thinking about doing, but I need to find who would do it. I was gonna try and ask Gronk about it, but I just feel like he really wouldn't. I don't think he'd want to, but I really think it's a good idea, because most of these big artists like Damien Hirst are big because they know rich people that buy the fucking art from them for money laundering purposes. And I feel like you can replicate that if you just know someone with a lot of money. Isn't that illegal? Yep. But that's how all big modern artists start. Look up Damien Hirst's history. He doesn't even make the art himself anymore. He has people paint the polka dots for him. But he sells it as his to people he already knows.
The painter of light.
Wouldn't saying this out loud fuck you in the future? No, you'd never know it's me. I'd have a cool pseudonym.
Not something I would consider a remarkable use of
Bramian Burst.
These guys, Cade was also not shy to talk about his Christian beliefs and conservative family values. The prominent light so often seen in his paintings, he said, represented the light of God penetrating the darkness. The number one quote critics give me is, "Tom, your work is irrelevant."
Ooh.
Now that's a fascinating comment. Yes, irrelevant to the little subculture, this microculture of modern art. But here's the point. My art is relevant because it's relevant to 10 million people. That makes me the most relevant artist in this culture, not the least, because I'm relevant to real people. Thomas Kincaid,
he doesn't seem super likable.
Frequently engaged, many gallery owners claimed Kincaid had ruined them financially in the name of God. Kincaid dismissed these accusations while also saying,
it is what God would want, I think.
Kincaid was also an alcoholic, and as his businesses began to decline, he engaged more frequently in drunken episodes
Crandall and
where he was prone to cursing, heckling performers, one accusation of groping, urinating on a Winnie the Pooh statue while yelling, "This one's for you, Walt," which I don't even think that one's bad, that's hilarious.
That's pretty
and
cool,
drunk
actually.
driving, which is less hilarious.
He's even wearing a
And
Jackson Pollock
eventually,
shirt.
on April 6, 2012, he was killed by an accidental overdose of Valium and alcohol.
Wow.
If you're still wondering how people could hate a Thomas Kinkade artwork for political reasons, well, it's because the artist himself politicized them. That's how you can get articles like Thomas Kinkade, the George W. Bush of art. Their reasoning? Kinkade, like Bush, peddled a falsely simplified image of the world, and that the same bad taste that made people invest in fraudulent galleries also elected George Bush and sent their children off to die in the war.
Okay.
There's even another article titled,
Bro, it's
"Is
a
George
jigsaw
Bush
puzzle
a better
painting.
painter than Thomas Kinkade?" Which argues
Man's
that
looking
George
for a
W.
fucking
Bush's recent
intricate
painting
view of the world to
escapades are
challenge
more
his thought
interesting
process
than
with a
Kinkade's
fucking
work
jigsaw puzzle.
because they are more inventive, is one that echoes Clement Greenberg's 80-year-old essay on the avant-garde and kitsch. We think it's stupid art for stupid people.
How
That
can you,
is-
like, how do you read this and not just get insulted? Like, reading pretentious garbage like this is so upsetting to me. Like, you can say the same thing without looking like a douchebag. And then, of course, this. We think it's stupid art for stupid people, yet people paying millions for Jackson Pollock's absolute trash. I always go back to Jackson Pollock and Damien Hirst, but there's millions of others.
But, and I know this is like a cardinal sin according to art critics, I don't hate Kinkade's art. There are some paintings I like. Some I wouldn't mind having a print of. Quite a few I find excessive, and quite a few I find downright horrendous. People often insult Kinkade's work by calling them greeting card illustrations. Well, greeting cards need illustrations, don't they? Or else they would just be white pieces of folded paper with
Sure,
text.
checkmate.
And hate them or love them, maybe the kind of vicious hatred for his art from the art world still seen today.
I am curious, what gets seen in high-class museums now? I'm pretty sure all of it is that super trash thing like a banana taped to a wall or like Banksy's balloon picture, stuff like that. Let me see. What is like the most modern art exhibition that just happened? There's got to be something for 2021. Well, I mean, even on just their homepage, like their art collection here is kind of ass. Looks like these kids did this. Looks like they vandalized an art piece, but this is apparently the piece that's on display. Like this is the cool art, I guess. I don't know what this is, like a used hand towel or something. Like they dumped some kind of staining liquid on it. Oh, wow. They're doing a good job here. Wow. Sewing as the world ends. I wish that I had sailed the darkened seas. You gotta really stop and digest this one, actually. There's a lot going on here. It's everything that it's not saying. And that's what makes it so powerful. Yeah, this pretty much sums up most art exhibits, I imagine. Here's some canvases that there's like some scribbles on it somewhere in there. I don't know, just hang it up, put like 50 grand on it. Someone's gonna buy it. Wow, this looks fun. Fuck, it really makes you think. This is like when Squidward went to that place to be all alone. This is just a bunch of boxes. Merlin, you've outdone yourself here. And exquisite. Like, you have to ask yourself, what's in those boxes? Are we purchasing too much? It's a display of excess. And you see how the boxes aren't all lined up the same? There's a pattern to it. There's order in the chaos. And then you also have to wonder who packed these boxes. Is it Amazon workers that are miserable and you can feel the hate? Is it someone like maybe a home business with a family that packed the... There's just so many things you have to ask yourself. This really is a challenging piece. I don't know what is this evidence in like a crime scene or something? I don't understand. It's a melting seal. For an Eric Andre skit, they had a really obvious fake art setup that was meant to be destroyed and nobody even noticed. I think I remember that vaguely. There's been a couple people that have done that. I don't remember who, but someone set up an art exhibit that was open to the public and it was just nothing. It was just an empty white room and that was the art. And people went in there and were taking pictures and losing their mind over it. Art, like modern art, is one of the most bafflingly outrageous things to me. And the thing is, I never see anyone defend it. I literally never see anybody online defend it that isn't also laundering money with art themselves. Like, it blows my fucking mind. Nowhere on the internet do I see anyone like, no, Charlie, actually, Damien Hirst pieces are pretty thought-provoking. Those pills kind of changed my life when I saw it. Nobody says that. But like the pretentious, weird art world where everyone's super rich and dumb.
His paintings are some of the most overtly political and excessive oil paintings out there. And like Kincaid, they are technically competent. I wouldn't say they are breathtakingly skillful, but he's probably a better painter than most people. His paintings were serene, peaceful, perfect scenes without pain or suffering. Ironically, his life was anything but. Behind the artificiality of these idyllic scenes is the all-too-real reality of human folly.
That was a very nice video. That was very interesting. I've never been someone that believes in demons or possession or anything paranormal for that matter until today. I took a look at Drake's upcoming album, Certified Lover Boy, as well as his merch that he just dropped, and I am convinced Drake is possessed by the spirit of a 9-year-old girl. It's called Certified Lover Boy, which is already a pretty fucking cool title, and I can assure you, you're not ready for how embarrassing the stuff he's released is, so get your butt plug in, because this is a Certified Lover Boy moment. Did you see Damien Hirst did this shitty Drake album art? No way. No fuck. That is the most pretentious thing I've ever heard. Damien Hirst did Drake's album art? Certified Lover Boy album art designed by Damien Hirst. Is this the album? Oh my god, tell me this is the album. This looks like a Damien... This actually looks like a Damien Hirst piece. Take the most low effort thing imaginable, copy and paste it in different colors. All he does is polka dots or pill capsules. This is actually the album art, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm so excited. Holy fuck, that's actually the album. Drake fans have to be in shambles. You know how much Damien Hirst charges for a piece? He is the wealthiest living artist currently. And by a wide margin. He is worth almost $1 billion for shit like this. He took emojis and just kept changing the color. And Drake paid him millions. God, Damien Hirst. I used to hate Damien Hirst. I still do. But I respect the scam. Damien Hirst only scams rich, stupid assholes like Drake. And that I can't help but applaud. Like, the only people that ever go to Damien Hirst are extremely wealthy, and he uses them like a fucking fleshlight. So I do respect that, actually. Did you guys see Drake's merch? Because I saw that on Twitter right before going live. It's some of the worst merch I've ever seen in my life. I would rather wear, like, Fred merch from 2009 than the new Drake merch. Where can I find it? This is apparently Drake's official merch. This is so dangerous going on Twitter on stream. You never know when the Council of Cock might show their face. But like the front of it's fine. Like the front looks okay, but then you get to the back. Oh my god. This is actually that shit you see on Facebook that truckers will wear. Like, I didn't fight in a war and drive this truck so you could look at my daughter. It's so goofy. It's so fucking goofy. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Why is that Matt's Twitter? He just never logged out, so sometimes I'll tweet from his account to scare him. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Certified Lover Boy. This is that kind of shit that'll get you bullied if you wear it in public. I am excited to hear the album. If it's not just Drake crying over every track, I'm going to be disappointed. After reading this shit right here and him hiring Damien Hirst for the album art, it better just be sobbing, weeping for 5-6 songs at least. Who would wear this? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It is rough. Like, the front's fine. Like, I actually like this logo here, that Nike swoosh with the flowers and shit coming off. That looks good. But you'd have to walk around like Flats the Flounder from SpongeBob. Don't let anyone see the back of it because, my god, they're going to start shooting spitballs at you. It's so disgustingly awful. I have no doubt he consulted like a 9-year-old girl to make it for him. And the good thing is this hasn't dropped yet, so there's still time for him to change it, or make it worse, even. I still think he should go with, like, something maybe garbage truck related, like, I like garbage trucks, certified lover boy. Something to really bring it home. What a fucking disaster. Damien Hirst album art, and then Facebook Marketplace Redbubble shit here. Now, if you don't know who Damien Hirst is, I envy your ignorance. I would implore you to look up a little bit about him. He doesn't even make his own pieces anymore for the most part. He just has people make polka dots, and he sells those polka dots for millions of dollars. It is the most blatant money laundering I've ever seen in my life, and Drake just fucking hook, line, and sinkered into his scam. Like, he went into Varrock and RuneScape, and he was like, you know what? I know you're not actually trimming armor, but take it anyway. Fuck it. Like, it's crazy how anyone pays Damien Hirst to do anything. He gives you the worst shit ever. Like, for example, the first time I learned about Damien Hirst was actually on stream, where he designed a hotel room, which was like $100,000 a night to stay there because he helped design it, like all the art in it. And all it is he put medical waste in a bar. So he just took medical waste from a dumpster, put it in a bar, and then he put stickers on the windows that were just pills, and then he had a cabinet of pills. That's his art. He does a lot with pills. Like, he'll also just sell pill cabinets. Like, he'll just take cheap pills, like fucking placebo pills from birth control, put them in a cabinet, and it'll sell for millions of dollars because Damien Hirst's stupid fucking name is on it. And Drake hired that guy to make that album art, which is literally just emojis copy and pasted. It is a beautiful disaster just to start it all off. Now, Certified Lover Boy could come out and have absolute bangers on the album. I mean, that's certainly possible. But after seeing this shit, I'm expecting Certified Lover Boy's music to just be Drake on an acoustic guitar whining. Like, this just seems so sad. Like, the entire thing here is just goofy and embarrassing. And then, of course, the merch. The merch is on another level of silliness. I also love the position of Certified Lover Boy. It is an actual tramp stamp built into the shirt. Then with, like, Tumblr blog posts above it. It actually looks like shirts that would have been sold on Tumblr as a joke. And it's Drake's official Nike collab. Drake needs to just fire all of his friends for letting him go through with this. He needs to just get a whole new group of friends, and whoever helped greenlight this at Nike needs to lose their job. This is so embarrassing to look at. My God. It is a disaster on all levels. But I bet it'll sell extremely well because people will buy anything as long as a celebrity is attached to it. And I am excited to see these people wearing this out in public, just to have a little giggle every now and then. I think the shirts really will make the world a better place because if you're having a bad day or something and you go to the grocery store, you're like, fuck, I'm upset. I'm going to get this goddamn onion and bite into it just to feel a little pain and be mad. And then you see a Certified Lover Boy shirt walk by, you're like, it's not all bad. It could be worse. I could be wearing that. You know what I mean? So I'm not exactly mad about their existence or anything. I just find it super entertaining. And I just wanted to talk about this because this is probably the most embarrassing thing I've seen for an upcoming album. Like, it couldn't be going worse for Drake right now from the reception I'm seeing and these designs. And he just publicly admitted to being scammed by putting Damien Hirst's name on it. So yeah, that's about it. See ya. Here's a tour of the world's most expensive hotel room. Oh, I'm fucking in. I love that shit. I wonder what the words per minute was on that. I felt really good on that one, to be honest. That felt really fast.
This is a hotel room.
100,000 a
not just
night.
Any hotel room, but rather
the
most expensive hotel room on the planet, at a cost of $100,000.
It was the most
per
expensive.
Night. You could buy
but I'm gonna open one up.
nice
That's more.
House in and today, I'm going to take you on a tour of it.
Let's
now,
go.
Eagle-eyed viewers may. Now, I'm standing here in the entry of the Empathy
How many people probably emailed him like, hey,
for one thing,
I know a guy who has a
it's about
meth lab in his house. Do you want to review
9,000
it?
square feet. Now, some other perks that they give you, you have a 24-hour butler who is on call for the duration of your
That's
stay.
so
and you
cute.
also have a chauffeur
Get him in here.
car service.
Is his name Jeeves or something cool?
But as I and the Damien Hirst theme continues
Looks like shit.
throughout the room, specifically with butterflies
like,
and
that's just dumb.
medicine or pills. Keep that in your mind as I'm showing you around because there are a lot of
That's art?
interesting
Come on.
Easter eggs related to those. Although my personal
This
favorite
place looks
art
like dog
piece is
shit for
next to the
100K a
dining room
night.
Table. It's this
It actually
wall
looks like a
of
playground at
pills
McDonald's.
called money. But it's one that I
This
find
is so
rather
dumb.
amusing and interesting and
What?
certainly worth checking. Medical waste. These aren't used medical
Who
supplies, to be
wants
clear,
this?
But you do have these medical metal gloves and pill wrappers.
This is the
and tubes
ugliest
all throughout
shit
the top of this
ever.
bar. There's even a
I'm paying
syringe
$100K a
working
night and I
here.
get a bunch of
People
trash
complain
on a
it's rather
table.
Controversial. All
Thank you, Seuss.
automatically, so you don't ever have to lift a finger.
Genuinely
except
one of the
to tap
ugliest
your
rooms I've ever
iPad
seen in my life.
screen. In this room, you
It's
can
literally
select
trash
it
art,
through
like
the
garbage
iPad.
art
You
thrown
don't have
around.
to walk. And next up, moving away from the bar, we walk now towards the living area, or one of them, and the dining room table, and here in the
You should
kitchen.
love it
Now, the
because it's
kitchen is
trash.
over here in a corner.
I mean,
Probably
I
not
love
gonna be
garbage
doing
as much as the next
cooking
guy,
or
but
food prep while you're
not for
staying in this room.
$100,000 a night
Here,
and not
and
sleeping
is a
in
nifty little
garbage.
feature. Now, I say that in part because of this view. You look out
Ah,
over
look-
the strip, you can see all the other
Right
casinos,
past all of the
mountains in
dumb
the distance,
stickers
a
on the
gorgeous
window.
place to be. But to me, the
Yeehaw.
more interesting. So, what do all these people do when they're sitting on their giant couch? Well, the answer
Probably
is
complaining.
they can watch TV.
I
if
paid
they
this
want
much
to.
for this?
You can see touches, including the wonderful view.
Hey, there's a
More
chess set
importantly,
there.
though, it has these swings, which are nice and fluffy. There are
What
four
are
of them.
these
So, if
chess
you get tired of
pieces?
TV,
What? They're ice cubes. The chess pieces are literally just ice cubes. This is the worst. $100,000 a night, and you get trash. Literal trash. They have just random fucking dumb stickers on the windows. The bar is made out of medical waste. And then you have pills as art pieces. Literally just pills behind glass. This is baffling. Crazy, man.
another wall with a giant television.
Beautiful
and you
chairs.
enter what I'm calling the game area, because you have some games in here. For one
Very
thing, you have,
fun.
like, maybe this is what foosball tables look like for rich people. And speaking of interesting
wonderful
games,
gaming.
back in the sitting room, there's a
Yes.
chess set with square pieces.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah, they
look
are.
very practical, but it
They're on the
certainly
front.
looks cool, which is gigantic. I've stayed in hotel rooms that are smaller than this bathroom.
Oh,
but this
wonderful
is
wall.
Just a half bath.
Just more
There's not even
fucking
a shower
pills.
or a tub in here.
Pill
This
facts.
is just a bathroom. Again, kind of in keeping.
Looks
with the
great.
theme. By the way,
That
the
looks
toilet
real
in here is one of
good.
These Japanese stuff.
Who wants this? Who wants this? Is this just like a hotel room for pharmacists? Oh, look. Let me just stop and read about aspirin and flucloxacillin sodium. Can't really read it. Oh, ibuprofen's there. Nice.
The coolest balcony you have ever seen. The coolest balcony anyone has ever seen.
I don't know. It's not that
of course,
cool.
Is the pool, which actually
polka
hangs
dot
out
columns are really
over the
goofy.
hotel, facing toward
But
the
that's
Vegas
pretty cool.
Strip and all of the other casinos. And
Luckily, we have
above
more pill
everything
stickers
out
on it,
there,
which is good.
Higher than anybody else at the Palm.
I want to
Just
look.
a lot
Hold
more
on.
to show you. I haven't
Sorry to
taken
pause
you
real quick. I need to look up this guy's art, Damien Hirst, because this guy's absolutely just a scam artist. They probably paid him like $1 million to design this apartment. And he's like, I have some stickers and some pills. Yeah, okay. What is Damien Hirst's most expensive piece of art? He gained the world record for most expensive work of art by a living artist with his Lullaby Spring in June 2007. It's a 3-meter wide steel cabinet with 6,136 pills. This guy's entire fucking life is just about putting pills in cabinets, and he gets paid way too much. Oh my god. Look at this shit. I cannot believe it. He makes polka dots and puts pills in a fucking cabinet. This is crazy. It has to be money laundering. He literally just does polka dots. If it's not pills, it's fucking polka dots. God. Damien Hirst admits all my ideas are stolen anyway. Yeah, by fucking Gap Kids. It's polka dots. He's getting millions for polka dots. I can't believe it. I mean, I really can. Like, look at NFTs. Buying, like, literally nothing. The art world is crazy. I can't even find a piece of his that isn't polka dots. Or just putting a taxidermied animal in a glass case. Or pills. Those are the only 3 things he does. This is crazy. I don't say this lightly, but this is perhaps the worst artist I've ever seen. 15 to 20K for this. He literally took this from his grandmother's old closet and just said, it's fine. Good polka dot distribution. And then this is just called 9 Beetles. Voice crack. 9 Beetles, because he found these in the dumpster. Put them in some glass. 20 to 30K. Crazy. At least with Jackson Pollock, there's almost an argument to be made, but this is the same fucking thing every time. It's just polka dots. This actually took him less. All of these pieces together, combined, maybe 10 minutes, and that time was spent finding 9 beetles. I prescribe what he sells for $1 million. Yeah, I know, man. You should start doing art with it instead. I'm a trained artist, and I hate him. Most of the art world does. He gets other people to make his art for him. He can't even have the decency to go into clip art and just take the fucking paintbrush tool and go click, click, click for his circles? Are you serious? No way he actually gets people to do his art for him. No chance. That has to be a rumor. I don't even believe that.
But check this out. The top of the stool is a pill.
Whoa, what the fuck?
All the pills and butterflies theme throughout.
That's nuts.
That is kind of an interesting touch. I like
Woo!
that.
Damien Hirst signature style. Holy shit.
But probably the most unbelievable thing on the second floor of this hotel room.
Damien Hirst's body.
Here.
He killed himself and then hung his corpse for art in the hotel room.
The salt room. What's the matter? You don't have one? And by the way,
turn that shit on. I have to see this. I have to see this.
The fact that it merely exists, little designs on
just
the
fucking
wall.
die from sodium chloride intoxication.
Have, like a butterfly on
poison themselves in the salt room.
Look around, there's a... And finally, we move on to the last interesting. Now, here's the other cool thing about the massage.
There's nothing cool about this whole place.
You can either leave through the service entrance.
Jesus Christ.
And so that's the empathy.
That is
at the Palms
a disaster.
In Las Vegas.
An absolute disaster. That looks like one of the worst fucking hotel rooms I think I've ever seen. Watching those hotel people that go like to the discussing rooms and they find like cum stains, blood stains, cockroaches, dead bodies and shit in the hotel rooms, that looks more comfortable than staying there. That's like a Damien Hirst diarrhea dump like room. That whole place sucked ass. Oh my god, that was horrible. And for $100K a night, there has to be something to that. There has to be like something nefarious. Someone mentioned like pill parties or something. Maybe that. The only other thing I could see is if you take a big group, like you get fucking 20 of your friends and you divide the cost per night and you go there to like do illegal shit, maybe. Would you stay there for $10K per night? Fuck no. The only, and I do mean this, the only thing that was even kind of cool was the TV and the pool. And that's only because the pool looks out over the city or whatever, which is kind of cool. And the TV's two-sided. Yeehaw. But like, look at this. You pay $100 grand a night and this is the kind of shit you get there. It's actual medical waste for art. Like, this just looks like a safety hazard. This is like what they would decorate a room in a video game to convey that the person that lives there is a maniac or evil. Just like, yeah, we got some fucking medical trash. Let's fucking code it somewhere in there. Yeah, I wonder what the comments say, actually. No, comments on it, they're on our side. Imagine paying $100K per night for a hotel that looks like a drugstore. Yeah. If I wanted pills and syringes, I would just spend the night in a hospital for $100K. So you must have got a discount at the hospital. Good work. Good health insurance. Yeah, no one seems to like it. Looks like some edgy 12-year-old's apartment in GTA Online. That's a perfect way of summarizing this entire apartment. I have to talk about this goober, and I apologize because I know so many people are tired of hearing about AI, but I cannot fight this urge. It's like Gollum with the one ring here. The more and more I read about this dweeb, the less and less I can resist speaking about it. An AI artist, and that is a word I'm using very loosey-goosey when referring to this gentle sir, has the chutzpah to attempt to appeal the Copyright Office's decision to reject copyright protection to his AI-generated art piece. His name is Jason M. Allen. You've probably seen this picture that he AI generated because it won an art competition like 2 years ago, and it was a huge story because AI art had just won an art contest, so it led to a lot of hoopla. He is trying to copyright that piece. It was rejected. He's salty, and he's attempting to appeal it. I believe the Copyright Office made the right decision saying, no sir, and just putting the kibosh on that. Copywriting an AI-generated piece is like trying to copyright a fucking wet dream that you had. It's so silly. And Jason M. Allen's attitude about AI art, I think, is just so pretentious and misguided that it is compelling me to talk about this because I just think it's so delusional. He described his creative process with Midjourney as an iterative process where he provides detailed and repeated prompts to generate images. He argues AI is simply another tool like a brush or camera. I would challenge anyone to prove that it's otherwise. It is a program, it is a machine, it's a device that people can use to technologically make their lives more efficient. Hey pal, you just blow in from Stupid Town? I'll accept that challenge, Jason. A brush or a camera does not create anything for you. You, behind the camera and the brush, still have to make the art. This does it for you. It's not the fucking Disney Channel, Greg, where you'd like hold out the brush and you'd make the Mickey Mouse ears and it just appears before you. You still have to be talented in order to use the tools like a brush or camera to create art. When it comes to AI, you don't have to have talent at all. I've personally generated hundreds of silly AI art pieces over the last couple of years because anybody can do it if you have a keyboard. It doesn't take a galaxy brain gifted human being to do so. But would you consider me an artist? I certainly hope not. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Here, let me just showcase the difference between real art and AI art. This is one of the best pieces that the world has ever seen. That's a portrait of me that I'm holding in the thumbnail here. So when I first went to college, I was doing digital arts, and I had no talent for it whatsoever. So that is a portrait I made of myself. I'm sure you can see the resemblance is uncanny. I really captured my my appearance one-to-one. And to expand on that even further, here's a portrait I made of my father in the same course that year at college when I was doing art. That piece still makes me laugh to this day. That, I think, is probably one of the finest things that has ever been put to paper. Like, since the beginning with papyrus till this day, I think that is the finest artistic work ever created. That portrait of my fucking dad. But now, let me show you what my AI art looks like. Here's some Heisenberg pieces that I generated 2 years ago. Wow, I really got a lot better, didn't I, Jason? It's stupid. To make the argument that AI is just a tool and you still need to have talent as an artist to use it, like it's some kind of Excalibur or something that you need to train with, is outrageous. It is delusional. Look at me using actual art tools and you can see I am not a talented artist at all. And I took 2 years of art courses and only marginally improved. That is something you have to work at for years. With AI art, I type in a single sentence and it does it for me. To compare a brush and a camera to AI-generated art, like using Midjourney, is laughable, Jason. That's the reason people shoot spitballs at you, brother. It's a stupid take to have. He also couldn't resist throwing a little pity party and playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin, saying, "I have lost a lot of respect for artists, especially those who attack me and continue to attack me. I'm standing in defense of my rights to express myself using AI-generative tools and against a popular narrative that a lot of people, for some unknown agenda, are pushing really hard to prevent people from being able to express themselves." I don't know what ghosts you're fighting. I don't know what you're even referring to here. If you're just AI generating art on your own, who cares? No one cares. It's the fact that you're trying to copyright it, man, and the fact that you're entering it into art competitions against real artists. And I know that term has been super muddied, real artist, but I think most sane people can agree that someone just AI generating art is not an artist by any sense of the word. You are typing in sentences and letting the machine make whatever it envisions. The hardest part of your creative process, Jason, and I cannot believe he has the chutzpah to call it a creative process, is just hitting enter multiple times. As he said, he just repeats the prompt enough until it spits out an image that he's satisfied with. Where is the creative process there, Jason? You type in a sentence and then just have it keep repeating the process till you get something you like. Oh, God. It's just so silly. He says, as AI continues to evolve, it is imperative that our legal framework adapts to protect the rights of humans who harness technology for creative expression. Which is a complete load of horseradish because it has nothing to do with creative expression. If you want to personally just generate AI art on your own, go wild. I don't think there's anyone in the world who actually gives a shit. If you want to make James Corden as Vegeta destroying planet Namek and use Midjourney for it, go for it. Nobody cares, man. It's when you try and sell it and try and license it and copyright it, this and that people obviously take an issue because it's ridiculous, man. And let's not pretend this is about creative expression, Jason. It's all about how he's not able to make money off of his AI art. He's saying that the copyright denial significantly impacted his career. I have experienced price erosion in the sense that there is a perceived lower value of my work, which has impacted my ability to charge industry standard licensing fees. I don't know who the fuck would pay for AI art in the year 2024. If you like an AI art piece, just generate it yourself. Jesus Christ, like, you can just do it yourself. Why would you ever pay money for it? But whatever. He then went on to say that it put me in a terrible position with no recourse against others who are blatantly and repeatedly stealing my work. It's kind of ironic, don't you think, Jason? AI art is trained on real artists' work in order for it to generate the way that it does. Blatantly just stealing their work and copying it in order to generate pieces based on it. I also love that there's a little peek under the hood here. We get a little taste of the secret sauce. He told the office that he created the art with the generative AI system Midjourney by testing hundreds of prompt iterations. My god, backbreaking labor. He typed hundreds of words, damn it, and altered it with Photoshop. Yeah, I'm sure he did a ton of altering. The office rejected Allen's application after he refused to disclaim the parts of the image that Midjourney generated. Mr. Allen had a specific artistic idea conceived of in his mind, and he used Midjourney as a tool to create an artistic expression of that idea. Such creative input is on par with that expressed by other types of artists and is capable of copyright protection. Goofball, I have hundreds of artistic ideas and visions in my head that I can never bring to life because I'm not a talented artist. It's what separates me from actual talented artists. That's the whole point, man. And it's fine if you want to generate what's in your head using AI art. I don't think that's a big deal at all. The problem comes when you try and copyright it, you try and sell it, or you try and deceive people with it, or you try and use AI art tools as a means of pushing out real artists. That's the main problem with AI art, and I'm sure you've all heard it a million times, but it's true. Companies are going to be shifting to AI art because it's cheaper and they can infinitely generate art without needing to pay actual artists a salary or anything. And it is a grim future because of things like that. But if you want to generate AI art pieces that just take what's up here in your noodle and put it onto a picture, go for it. But why are you going to try and make the argument that you're some real artist, you're going to try and copyright it, you're going to try and license it? It's stupid. I think that's so dumb. If Jason was just a little more honest with himself, like, hey, I just kind of typed sentences into Midjourney and I got a really cool picture from it, then no one would care. But right now, he's opened a goddamn case about it because he's so butthurt that they refuse to protect his AI-generated piece with a copyright protection. Like, what the fuck, man? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I had to talk about this. So anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. 13 million multicolor mansion. Only 13 million? Ugh. Ugh, embarrassing. This is gonna hurt my eyes. Oh, it's so small. This is like one room in John's house. This actually does look like it's made in Minecraft.
As well as in the back. In something of
This looks like something I would have
represents.
made in
When I
Minecraft
first
or
saw this
something.
home,
Like it's
my
just
very
random
first
shit.
time,
Oh,
I
here's a
was
cool
just
tree.
mesmerized by the way it looks when you first walk
Put it in front.
So let's take a peek. So the owner's inspiration coming from South Africa, which is where they're from, moved to Florida many years ago, had experienced the
Is this just like a gender reveal room? Why is everything blue and pink?
Here is the lightness and yet the
Do the couches explode into blue or pink dust as well?
contemporary, but throughout it's
Oh.
custom printed, but it's everywhere.
$13 million for fucking wallpaper doodles? Well, doodles being the wrong word. Wallpaper fucking dripped paint?
Comes together. That's the passion they're going to experience living here forever.
Yeah, it actually just looks like it's like the whole wall is
So
made
now
with
as we transcend
crayon.
from the great room, which is 30-foot high ceilings, into this space, which
Things
is
are
about
probably
14-foot
working,
high
just not
ceilings.
working.
We're into a cozy, comfortable
The
family
marble
room. It has
driveway is
a
pretty
great
cool, of course.
spatial
Marble's always
layout to
good,
be
and you
able to
love
watch a
marble.
television set. It's actually an illumination for the ceilings.
See, that's cool.
Allowing you to transcend the illumination of various other lights.
I like that. Marble! Talk about that marble shit.
This is the zebra quartz with these little
Quartz?
teardrops, 3 of them over this.
Get
area,
that out of my
which is
fucking
a
mansion.
entertaining,
Not
focal
marble?
point with all. Now that we've seen the main living area, let's go take a look at the rest of the house.
How many takes did this guy do? Every other word is a different take. Could he not stop, like, puking at how ugly the house is or something?
Bedrooms in the house. And the one immediately to the side of this one is
Marble.
different because of its zebra type of dark materials that they've used
Marble?
to create the special feeling of that bathroom. In this side here,
Okay,
you walk
I'm gonna assume it
directly
is.
into the
Fuck
other
yeah!
closet. It's still genius. So let's take a look upstairs as the drama continues.
It has to be easy to be an architect for rich people. Like, it absolutely has to be easy. Just have someone check your work to make sure the house won't collapse, but then just go wild. I'll put 10 staircases that don't go anywhere for art.
But also, anyone as a guest would love to be in this room. It's got
Yeah,
a
if they're like
TV
80 years
area
old, they'd
that's
love it. Look at
properly
that beautiful
balanced. It has
old-ass
beautiful
wallpaper.
window space outside.
Yeehaw.
But particularly in the
Grandma will
back
feel right at
area,
home.
There's a uniqueness with colors of raspberry and lime and plum. So that your
Yeah, but why?
experience is a combination of a collective with the furniture that's here, with this contemporary fan, with colors of raspberry and lime and plum.
$13 million and the bed frame's got like dings on it, or is this design choice with like smudges?
Your experience is a combination.
There's no way that's on purpose. Look at this. It's fucking peeling. Got shit stains all over it.
As we talk about the design, you've got cubes, you've got circles. That's soaring 30.
Beautiful cubes and circles. We got it all, baby. Only 13 mil? I'm in. Let's go. Give it. I'll take it all.
Off of upstairs sitting area, pool patio area that is completely stunning.
Inside James Bond's $100 million Malibu home. Architectural Digest just has the bangers. They find like the ugliest shit. I'm writing this one off a little early. Maybe there's a chance.
Chris Cortazzo, owned by legendary actor Pierce Brosnan and his filmmaker wife, Keely Brosnan.
What?
It's on 117 feet of Malibu.
Pierce Brosnan can afford a $100 million Malibu home? He's still probably my favorite James Bond, but he was only in 4 movies, right? GoldenEye, Die Another Day, World Is Not Enough. What's the other one? There's no fucking way, though. I'm missing one more, but how? It's not like he gets royalties on James Bond. He didn't make James Bond. He wasn't even the first one. How does he have that much cash? That's crazy.
All of this is on the market for $100 million.
Oh, so he can't afford it. He's selling it. Oh, okay. That makes more
The house is called
sense.
the Orchid House. As you can see, I can show you what's out there.
This place looks super boring
Such
for
a luxury
100
to
mil.
have this much that you have a breakfast.
For 100 mil, I don't know why you'd want something kind of old. Get like high-tech shit. There should be a whole room where you walk in and it simulates the universe. So you never have to go outside. Creates like a fucking clone of you that you can send to do your errands. The location value. Yeah, I understand it's all location for that shit. I don't understand why you'd want to pay $100 million just for a little patch of sand and then share the beach with all of your 40 neighbors. Sounds like shit. Money laundering? People use that word a lot. I feel like money laundering isn't as easy as most people make it out to be. You know what I mean? World's most high-tech home. Okay. I'm interested. Oh, don't give me a top 10 list. $4.7 million smart home with floating staircase and ocean views. Well, appreciate the 5-some guy, but not tonight, man. Alright, let me fill up this water real quick before I go on this journey. My home isn't high-tech enough to just dump water into my glass when I'd like it to. I have to manually do it like a fucking peasant. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Let's go take a look inside.
Take me in, baby. Let's run it.
Yeah.
What's up, Chase?
Everybody, this is Chase Maher from the Chase Maher Group. We have 6 security cameras outside.
Nice.
You can see it from every iPad along in the house. You can see it from your phone when you're away.
That didn't, wait, did that even work?
We have from your phone when you're away.
He's pressing buttons and nothing is happening. Okay.
And entertainers.
Working as intended, I suppose.
Wow.
Damn, that pool table's nutty.
This is the epitome of entertainer's dream. Game of pool.
Let's go, beat his ass. You've now devalued the pool table, you dumb idiot. You fucking idiot.
The game is over.
You come into my house and ruin the value of my artesian pool table? Whoa.
We have a custom floating bed here with LED underbed.
Whoa.
Folding glass doors overlooking the beautiful
Cool.
view. Ambient light. And I can
Jeez.
see right across
Look
the hallway,
at
a
that.
large master closet as
No
well.
marble.
Everything
What
here
a
is
piece of shit.
Bam,
What a
so here
fucking
we are,
pigsty.
and this is amazing, and you
$4
almost
million
forget you're
and
going
no
home
marble?
because you, so relaxing.
This
You know,
place
that's the
looks
nice
so
thing
much
about
better
this
than the other two mega mansions. It seems like more spacious too.
All around, every neighbor that I've been meeting, everybody in the area is so nice and kind. The thing I like
You haven't met any of the neighbors, liar.
on the other, you're always getting that natural light, you're always in the sun, you're
Oh,
always having fun.
okay, is she our neighbor? What was that?
But then now, and even when we were just down inside,
It does look pretty cool. So far, this is like the best one we've seen. And it's also the cheapest one we've seen.
nestled in the private and beautiful La Playa with anything you want all around it. Boom. Great job, Chase.
Whatever that means, I guess. Smart home just means you can close blinds with an iPad. That's worthless. I want something like this. That looks fucking crazy. What the fuck is this? I'm not watching a top 10 list to get to the bottom of it, but that does look wild. Like a snow globe. I was expecting that house to turn into Mecha Godzilla. That's what I'm saying. These aren't even high tech. They don't even transform. Whoa, we're coming in hot. Holy shit. Wow. No shortage of marble here. Okay now. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. This actually looks like a fucking mall. Oh god. What the fuck? This is pretty wild. Thanks to Prime Schnuff and resub Sriracha and Chappers. Yeah, ray tracing is on here. They did not skimp on this. Looks haunted. Oh, it probably is. You know how many workers probably died transporting all this marble here? They just buried them. Wow. Well, it wasn't really a full tour at all. That was lazy. Whatever, I guess.
It really looks like it belongs in the future.
I'm excited. That looks like one of those drop rides at an amusement park.
Figured out how to do the foundations.
The futuristic thing is just the design, not the inside.
This is absolutely spectacular.
It's a bed and a couch.
What have you created this for? What gave you the inspiration for this?
I don't know, I just kind of wanted a space I could stay the night in.
Not impressed.
Hang out at the...
Only 18 knots max speed? For 85 mil, I better be breaking the sound barrier on my yacht.
Welcome to Modi Days.
Nicholas, you're a scam artist.
Street. The first area I'm going to
Oh my god, beanbags.
the upper deck aft.
85 million and I'm getting beanbags from fucking Party City? You kidding me?
Area seating towards the aft. 12-seater table for eating.
Oh, it's 85 meters? Oh.
Moving into the
so what is it, like 20 bucks?
To either finish off your cocktail.
That looks kind of cool.
Or even watch a bit of TV just to finish.
Kind of exotic in there. Different
retire.
colors all over the place. Gold, red.
This is the marble floor from the lobby.
Marble, let's go.
Takes us past the and into the.
He's not very enthusiastic about this ship.
Table, which was fantastic for humid weather.
This is sick and all, but an iceberg could ruin it. He hasn't shown you the hull, which is actually crafted out of 20,000 pounds of marble.
Looking forward of the vessel.
It would vaporize an iceberg.
Now we're going to move up to the owner's
The staircase is really cool. The staircase is really cool.
Into the private suite.
Looks like the Black Ops 3 map.
Private office, which is fantastic.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it. This place is actually wild. Wow. But I'm not seeing anything high-tech here. All manual. Paying this much money, it should clean me. Just if I ask it to.
With double opening doors leading onto a balcony.
That is pretty
where
cool.
You can enjoy your morning coffee. Or even a glass of champagne.
Do people this rich care about sunrises, though?
And up to the,
They probably hate the fucking planet.
relaxing.
So do you get internet on these
Maybe
yachts?
having a nice little sleep in the
Because if not, what's the point?
preparing for the evening's entertainment. And then from here we move up to the crow's nest.
Yeah, you do. But you can't have good internet though, right? Like, so you can't have like a fucking like gig line or anything, can you?
Beauty salon.
He really does look scared right now. I don't know who's filming, but
You do your
they're
hair.
intimidating him.
Your nails. And you can also have a massage and shower, separate shower.
Jesus Christ. Well, this actually does look kind of wacky
This statement
compared to
has
like the
its own
$46 million
design,
New York
probably more of a
shithole.
masculine feel to it. Ensuite shower, marble flooring,
Yes, more marble. Let's
and
go.
silver finishes.
Let's fucking get it. Is he an android?
thing about this
Yeah, he also
area
comes with a yacht.
is fully
It's like in Men in
enclosed by
Black
glass.
when it pops out the driver.
To keep you sheltered from the wind, we're going to go into the engine room itself.
I couldn't care less about the engine. Yeah, not even the camera guy wants to go in. Yeah, have fun.
The walk around on Modiod Ace that was built for a very experienced owner in yachting. And we look forward to welcoming you soon.
Imagine being a professional yachter. Yes, I have 20 years of yacht experience. I'm qualified to own this vessel. Sales inquiries. Yes. Can I have it for free? That's why if I had that kind of money, I would be just constantly doing shit with it. Like, I'd open up an entire new city where everyone that lives there aims to be like the world's best in one specific field and try and create like superhumans there. And just constantly dump money into the program.